Okay, so I'm going to go through 30 of these. Um, 15 on the hunter, 15 on the warrior. I know my talent move, I'll show you guys my talents. So I take just in the pathfinding BM. Scatter shot is important. It allows you to skip one of the mobs. And then I like to take improved feign death and survival. So here, I'm going to set up a timer.
Fatality.
Maybe it doesn't work. I'll just go. I don't know how to use the stopwatch. Anyways, on the hunter it's pretty easy. You just let your pet tank everything, and you run around with your 136% movement speed from that BM talent. This is a really good gold farm all through phase 6, which is like classic era. So if you have these characters on classic era, you probably want to be doing this because it's like probably 10 gold per greater shot protection potion. And that's what this is all about, is making the greater shot protection potions. Did you get Fade Leaf from Arm Lib? Then you get Grave Moss from Graveyard. And I like to use my turtle pet because it has an ability called Shell Shield that it reduces damage taken by 50%. I only use it when I absolutely have to, or if it's like going back to the armory and want to use less time to hit. So if it says 1 this hour, it'll say 2 this hour, and then when you take a few steps in the instance, it'll say 1 this hour. So then that means it's time. If it's odd, it's time to go to graveyard, and if it's even, it's time to go to armory. So when you go to graveyard, you don't need to mend pet because your pet's just going to naturally regen health while you're in here, and you don't need to use your pet at all in graveyard. I was kind of lucky there. Normally I scatter shot that thing, but I beat it through the hallway. Sometimes it's 3 King's Blood. If it's that case, I'll just go back and reset it. So I usually do Arm Live GY, GY Live Arm. This has a Grave Moss, so I'm going to pick that. Only pick the Grave Moss, don't pick the King's Blood. They're kind of... King's Blood's worthless, but Grave Moss is like 80 silver per on the Anniversary Realms. I don't actually sell the Grave Moss. What I do with it is I make it into Greater Shadow Protection Potion, and then sell that for like 6 gold, 7 gold. I already have a lot of herbs. I'm not going to show you guys how much I made, but I estimate it to be 70 gold in an hour, maybe 60 gold. I don't know. For 2 lockouts, and it's not the full hour even. You can finish before the hour reset, and then you just take a break and do something else. Maybe even post auctions. So now that it says 1 this hour, I reset it. Now it's going to say 2 this hour. And because even, I'm going back to library, then I'm going back to armory after this graveyard. I'm actually going to fix my desktop sound. Now it should come up with the noise. another 1 grave mouse instance. I actually have 299 two-handed sword skill. That's why I'm hitting the rats, so that I can get weapon skill. If I get to 300 skill, I don't need to do it anymore, but that time my pet took aggro, so I could either put it on stay until it abandons or dismisses, or I can just keep it following because the mobs aren't going to catch up to me. Testing? Okay, yeah, my mic still works. Seems like it's a little bit quiet though. The green bar is not going very far. And I just scattershot skipped that thing. So now that it says 2, I don't reset it, I just go on to the next one. This is a spot where I might actually use my shell shield. I like to click it before or during the herb pick, so that the pet stays stationary during that time. Sometimes it doesn't activate and you have to keep clicking it, because like it's doing a global or maybe it's stunned. But anyways, that's what it looks like on the turtle. And when I pass it, I put it on follow, so that it takes less melee damage. That was a time save because someone opened the gate for me. So now that says 2, same instance. If it's the same instance, you reset it on either armory or graveyard. That's the end one. So it's like going front to back, then back to front, then front to back again. Until you have 5 lockouts, and then you switch characters. Another thing on my hunter I like to do is I have less inventory space, so I'll just pick herbs only. I won't pick up items from the mobs I kill. I hardly kill anything with my pet just tanking everything. But on my warrior, he has a lot of inventory space, so he just picks up all the things he kills. He kills a lot of things because they're in the way. This one's already been reset, so I'm good to go into library. Sometimes I wait for my pet to make it, just so that I don't have to use Feign Death. But yeah, the amount of herbs you get is 2.5 average. No, 3.5 average. You get 3.5. I'll show you guys how much it is in an hour. I need to stay my pet. The average is 3.5 per instance. Times 10, so times 2 again, so it's 70 gold per, if it's a gold per on the greater Shadow Potion potion herbs. So really, it's more like 60 gold because they're like 80 silver now. So you get 60 gold for this hour. The way you make a bunch of gold off of this is you just obviously do multiple hours in a day. So you do like maybe 5 or 6 in a day. Sometimes you can do up to like 9. And that's how you can make a lot of gold. And on a Horde, the best part about it is because Horde doesn't flag in Scarlet Monastery, this is not affected by PvP, even on PvP servers. So you won't get ganked, is what I'm trying to say. This is the same instance, gonna reset it. My pet just keeps pulling things, it's funny. It doesn't really matter because the mobs don't move faster than the pet. Now it's not an even number, so the path is library then armory. And at the end of this, I'm going to end up in Graveyard again. But I'm going to go through Arbory twice more and go through Library twice more. And then this instance once more, I'm going to Hearth out because I'm ready to... I have too many herbs in my bags, too many items in my bags on my warrior. So that's when I like to craft the Greater Shadow Protection Potion. I might even show you guys the crafting of the potions after I'm done with this. Went a little bit too far to the left, so my pet took aggro, but it's no big deal. The pet actually has 54% armor. He has all the armor training that you can get out of a pet, and he has the rest in health. Oh yeah, so this is already reset. Time to go to library. Oh dang. That's not good. Pet has to pick these up. I'm probably gonna use Shell Shield too. I feigned death a little bit too quickly out of it, and it made it so it didn't even count. Feign death takes about a half second to actually register. So if you feign death and then move, it's gonna cancel it. But I came out fine because my pet didn't die. It's the tankiest pet you can get. I trained a level 54 turtle from Ashera, and that's the highest level turtle you can tame. And then just leveled it all the way to 60. It got loyalty maxed out around level 56 or 57. The way you get loyalty on a pet is you gain experience with it. I really like the turtle. It's good for this. It's like the best combo is the hunter pet, hunter, making the herbs. Because this is the fastest you can go indoors. It's 136% movement speed, other than sprinting. But sprinting is a cooldown, while aspects of the cheetah is permanent. Okay, time to reset. This is my last reset for the hunter. When I'm in graveyard, I'll usually come back to this spot if I'm going another round after the hour's lockout has been expired. So I usually come back to right in front of Armory to start a new round. Probably gonna mend pet after this. Another reason I like the Tauren is if you get dazed when you're scattershotting in graveyard, you can keep running, and then at 0.5 seconds left, you do a 0.5 second War Stomp cast, and it stuns it for 2 more seconds and gives you some chance to run away before you feign. And you'll actually be able to break the combat with the thing. So I'll like show you that here. It's gonna hit me. Scatter shot. And then War Stomp here. I can run even further, and then now I feign. It looks like that feign went through even though it got cancelled. I was just moving to the right, or my character was turning a little bit with the mouse. Looks like that's no Grave Moss, so there's 2 Grave Moss here, 1 King's Blood, Amber Hearth. And then I'll be setting up my next character now. Let's go here. My Hearth is an Undercity on both characters so that I can go back to Scarlet Monastery when I'm done. It's just, I should have hit exit game. Okay, now my warrior, my hunter's name is BitTorrent, and my warrior's name is Troll Caliber. So I use the Torrent and the Troll in their names. This guy's ready. It's Armory first. I always start with Armory so I can memorize what the instances is based off the new Scarlet Monastery instance in ID tracker. So this guy actually loots the stuff. Might as well destroy this, destroy this healing potion. And the soft bushy tails. That way I have some inventory space on this 5 lockout. Oh, mana potion, those are kind of worthless too. Major mana potions what sells, but this is just like level 30 to 40 content. It even drops to level 25 water. I don't delete that because it's a very common drop, and it'll just fill up my bags again if I delete them. So here I pop Death Wish every time I'm in library. There's a lot of mobs to kill. And I pop my full racial berserking to give me a little bit more attack speed. I really just did a stun there. I'll also pop Recklessness if I think I'm pulling as many mobs as possible, so that everything crits in that case. I'll remove me to delete that. I try not to loot the hyena because it always gives me like wolf meat or something like that's worthless. So next is Graveyard. Now it's really 1, but it'll start off with a +1 if it's a different instance. So that means it makes it 2, and then it goes back down to 1. Because I have not reset it yet, so it's still the first instance. Maybe I'll kill this thing. That was a quick kill. These are the lowest level mobs in Scarlet Monastery. So there's 2 King's Blood. I already put the Grave Moss. Now I need to reset this because it's the same instance as last. And we're on one of the ends, which is Graveyard. I'm going to change the title of this video when I'm done recording. And if you're doing this on Alliance, just expect to get ganked. It's a lot of Horde players like to hang around and gank, but you won't get ganked all the time. It's just like, if you're going to do this multiple times throughout the day, expect to get ganked at least once that day. Or maybe they'll try to gank you and you're better at PvP and you actually kill them. But for Horde, there's no need to flag. It'll just slow you down, really. Alliance are forced to flag. This is Tourist Fog Blades, which is a Horde territory. Now, this Grave Moss spot usually has the mob interrupt your herbalism gather, so either you kill it with the warrior, or you kill it with the pet, or you just let the pet tank it and don't even worry about it if you're on your hunter. Looks like I got to the end, and this is the last Grave Moss. Time to go to library. I actually like Warrior better than Hunter because you end up with more of this trash loot, and it's a little bit better gold per hour because you're getting more loot in every lockout. Whereas the Hunter is just going really fast. This is more of a slow but gathering everything that you can after out of each lockout. Sometimes I don't even do all 10 runs in one sitting. I'll just take a break and then come back and see where I'm at. Continue it, finish the hour, and then take another break. But there's really nothing to do after you've gotten your lockouts in both of these. This is for people with 2 herbalists on separate accounts. If you got a single account, you can make half the gold that I'm making here. It also takes half the time. And then maybe you just do something on a different character throughout the rest of the hour. How my back was turned on the cave, I only hit one target. I'm gonna kill the dog here so I don't have to lose it. It's funny that they call them hounds when they're really hyenas. But yeah, I'm already more than halfway done on the second character now, so this is awesome. Oh yeah, this character's herbalism skill is still 225. I never trained it to 300 because I don't plan on picking herbs outside of here with this character. And it's going to be taking alchemy instead of herbalism later on when TBC drops. Right now he's tailoring in herbalism. Because I dropped engineering, I stopped raiding on this warrior. And I just wanted to make it into my secondary gold farming character. He's making half the gold that my hunter is. Or, they're both making half, which basically makes it double. They're both farming one and then the other. So you're getting double, but half of each, so one for each, and then it makes 2. You never want to pop Death Wish or Berserking or Blood Fury if you're an orc on these two because there's only 2 mobs. You get like 7 or 8 mobs in the library. That's when you pop it. Oh, looks like the herb is back here. But yeah, basically any class can do this. It's just I picked Warrior and Hunter. This has been reset. Okay, time to go to library, then graveyard. I also use a logout macro on my charges so that it teleports like I just did there. It makes it so you log out and then it cancels the dial when you log out. We have to hit it twice. The nice thing about going library to graveyard and back again is all you gotta do is auto run. And it'll just insert you to the next instance. So my bank alt is holding a bunch of dream foil, which is the other GSPP ingredient, because I try to buy it when it's low price. I thought it was low price at 24 silver each, but now it's 22 silver each. And I bought some at 25, and then I bought some at 19 silver each. So I saw it was a good price, bought some, and then saw it was an even better price, bought some more. Now I'm set for probably the next 2 weeks or so on dream foil. It looks like I make about 30 silver per run too, of just the mob loot. So there's three King's Blood. That's the first 3 King's Blood, so that's 0 Grave Moss. Basically, I'm coming out here with nothing, but there was a chance to get 0 to 3 Grave Moss, so that's why it's worth coming out here. And I already did the reset, so next is Library. Usually you end up with more Fade Leaf than Grave Moss when you do these. So I just buy the Grave Moss. I buy up to a stack of Fade Leaf. I'll show you guys later. But I buy it up to, so it's a 20 stack of Fade Leaf. I don't buy any more. And then the rest, I match it with Grave Moss, and then I just make the Shadow Oils. Make that into Greater Shadow Protection Potion. I like to kill the adepts and the beast stalkers first, beast masters, because they're the ranged ones, and then all the melee will just follow me around. The ranged ones are kind of annoying because you can do that killing all the ones following you, and there'll be the ranged one that you have to move to. Oh shoot! Like that. Water. You know, I'm going to delete this too. It's only 7 silver vendor, and it's probably not going to auction for anything. No one really wants a lesser elemental slayer enchant. I'll delete these worthless scrolls. It's actually worth 10 silver. This is only 5 silver. I'll delete that. Should be good to finish this run off. Now I just got 4 of these left. And 2 of them are really quick. The first 2 are like really quick because there's only 2 mobs and there's a small area to pick the herb in. I like to execute over Bloodthirst if they're in health range for execute. But other than that, Bloodthirst is the best unless you're fighting 3 or more. Then you want a Whirlwind. Time to reset this. Now we got just 2 left. Oh, I haven't popped Wreck, so it's time to pop Wreck. Or else, if you don't use it, you basically lose it. So it never gets used. Time for Wreck. Oh, stunned me. These, so hey. I like getting wool cloth too. I think wool cloth's worth more than silk cloth. It's just rare. I'm on my final dungeon. I'm not going to end the video here though. I'm going to Hearth, mail over my instant mail, my Fade Leaf and Grave Moss to my crafter, and then I'm going to buy the extra stuff on my crafter, then mail off the green foil that it needs. And then it's going to have a certain amount of GSPPs crafted, probably around 60 to 100. Pretty sure silk cloth's going to go over 2 silver each in the pre-patch, because there's a lot of people that want to level tailoring on their ults. already picked one grave moss. This is the last one. Now time to show. See, I'm going to vendor the junk. This is probably a junk. I can delete the weapons because they don't DE as well as they self-vendor. That's a soul-bound one. Some of these are going to be D's. Some chance. So I'm going to mail all the cloth. And all the greens to my main bank alt. That's everything. The rest is green foil and fade leaf. Going to my GSPP crafter. Okay, that's it for that. Probably gonna craft a leather and cured rugged hide, because he's also a leather worker, or she. Plus essence of water, because they have that pattern. And while I do one leather worker, I do both leather workers. See if this guy's got Arcanite. It's still on cooldown for Arcanite. Looks like I'm making 75. It's going to be 300 at Fade Leaf after I get 12 more. That's going to be 92 Grave Moss. I should delete the Savage Frond, it's not really worth that much. I might as well mail the cooldown stuff to my bank alt. Buy exactly 12 of these. Finally enough, I need to buy 12 grave moss as well. How many grave moss I have now? We have 260. I need to get to 300 of them. Shot of oil. gonna send over the drain foil now before I make that shadow oil. Last time I did 400 of each, and it ended up with 100 GSPPs. This time it's 300, and it's gonna be 75. So 15 here. There's 75. I'm just gonna let it sit in the mail for now, so that my bags don't get full. So I need 75 leaded and 75 crystal. And then I'll show you guys crafting it while I go AFK. Okay. Yeah, I want to show you guys how much the Greater Shadow Protection Potion auctions for. When I'm done posting, I'll end the video there. I'll probably take the green foil out now. This is a little bit of a dead space. So each Grave Shadow Protection Potion takes 1 Green Foil, 4 Fade Leaf, 4 Grave Moss. Usually they auction around 6 to 7 gold in Phase 6. I think on the classic era servers they're even more expensive. I gotta wait a minute. Let's start the mail now. Sorry, that's my phone. I'm not gonna answer. There's a full mail. Okay, so if I make 70 of these herbs, 35 divided by 4. I make about 8.75 of these an hour, about 9 of these an hour. 8 or 9 GSPPs per hour is what I make with the double lockouts. Let's see how much they auction for. I'm actually curious how much this monkey amulet sells for. I should do 18 gold on this. Oh, right now it's only 6 gold. I can buy those out, actually. That's what I'll do, I think. $6 gold is too cheap. That's better. Now I can sell mine for 6 gold 32. I like to do 20 stacks of 1. And 3 stacks of 5. Okay, that's the end of the video, yeah. 6 times 9, let's see. About 54 gold I made in that hour. Thanks for watching.